Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 31st of October for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the broad strands to look out for, but please stay with me. I will then go through each of the zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces to give them in forensic detail to you. Now this week begins with Mercury having moved into the sign of Scorpio, where it joins with the Sun and also Venus. So this adds to the depth of potential intrigue and intensity that this combination provides. Of course, Venus technically in detriment in the sign of Scorpio, but also we've got a quarter moon this week in the sign of Aquarius, which of course is very much about logic, and this energy in Scorpio very much more about deep feelings, where we're most invested, what we share with others, and also the potential for transformation. But the two rulers of the sign of Scorpio are forging a quincunx, a 150-degree angle, which is really quite testing. Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, very much to do with traditions, and Mars now in retrograde in the sign of Gemini to do with everyday communication. So it's going to be important to understand what our motivations are this week and also the motivations of others. But Mercury can be a real ace in the pack here because it's encouraging us to get beneath the surface, to really decode what's truly meant. And that's going to prepare us ready for that absolutely potent total lunar eclipse, which starts the beginning of the week following this one. Now, before I go on to share each of the 12 zodiac signs, if you'd like to discover what year 2023 will hold for you personally, if you give me 3 pieces of personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you your forecast for next year, but you can get the rest of 2022 free. Plus in my special package, my roadmap, character analysis, will give you also stunning insights of some of the patterns that have repeated themselves in your life thus far, for good or bad, but help you to understand them much more intimately. Please see the link below for more. And if you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. But if you're an ongoing viewer, thank you so much for all your support. So Scorpio, your week commencing the 31st of October forecast has seen Mercury arrive in your sign. Mercury in Scorpio is brilliant for any kind of research, getting underneath the surface of things, forensic investigation. So you can don your detective mac and really get to the nub of issues in your situation. But Mercury moving into your sign also can give you extra self-confidence around some of your ideas. So the Sun and Venus has been giving you a lot of star quality recently, but now you can add to this a bit more confidence because Mercury being in your 12th house was a bit more inward, maybe a little bit even anxious in some ways. But it is true that your 2 ruling planets are continuing their quite long and extended quincunx battle of wills. And with Mars, your traditional ruler, now having gone retrograde in your 8th house of longer term finances, the fact that Pluto's in your sector of everyday communication, there may be some frustrations if in a business situation or around shared resources or even around your love life, if people find it more difficult to see where you're coming from, because at the moment your need is to be very single-minded and to focus on what's really important to you. Now, even if you're someone who likes to be on very good terms with people and you know, likes to maintain a cordial tone, if there is something that you're really passionate about at the moment, even if people feel that you're quite preoccupied with that, this is an opportunity for you to make progress. And sometimes in life, we have to make a choice. We can't please all of the people all of the time. So I feel that Mercury is going to help your concentration. It also links with the Sun later this week, which will crystallize some ideas for you. But I feel around your love life, that could be an area where there could be a bit of confusion, particularly if you're sort of in between. You know, maybe there's someone showing some interest, you've gone on some dates, you may not be quite sure of your options, and if that's the case, I would definitely get to know that person a little more before making any binding decisions, because the quarter moon this week is actually going to bring the more emotional dimension of your situation much more into the fore. So the need to be single-minded is there, but maybe someone close to you may need a little bit of just watching in terms of their needs, because they could feel a bit pushed out or a bit excluded when there's no real issue. It's just that you're needing to focus on what's really important to you. But to avoid the politics really blowing up, which can happen with Mars in retrograde in that quincunx with Pluto, good communication will be necessary. And a lot of energy in our first house is quite Aries. So it's all about initiation and drive and passion, and listen to our intuition. It's not so much thinking outside our immediate needs. So I think the quarter moon this week just gives you some encouragement to just stay attuned to what the vibes are around you.